Sumerian cuneiform. Sumerian cuneiform is widely recognized as the earliest fully developed writing system, emerging around 3200 BCE in ancient Mesopotamia, in what is now modern-day Iraq. It began as a collection of simple pictorial symbols used mainly for administrative purposes, such as recording grain supplies, livestock counts, and labor transactions. Over time, these symbols evolved into a sophisticated logosyllabic system capable of expressing abstract ideas, grammatical structures, and literary works. Writing was produced by pressing a reed stylus into soft clay tablets, creating distinct wedge-shaped impressions. This technique gave rise to the name cuneiform, derived from the Latin word for wedge. As centuries passed, cuneiform was adapted to write several languages, including Akkadian, Babylonian, Assyrian, and Hittite, making it one of the most influential scripts of the ancient Near East. It enabled the preservation of legal codes such as the Code of Hammurabi, epic narratives like the Epic of Gilgamesh, scientific observations, and complex administrative systems that helped shape early civilization. Egyptian hieroglyphs. Egyptian hieroglyphs developed around 3200 BCE in ancient Egypt and remained in use for more than 3,000 years, making them one of the longest-lasting writing systems in history. The system combined logographic, syllabic, and alphabetic elements, allowing symbols to represent entire words, sounds, or individual consonants. Hieroglyphs were deeply connected to religion, art, and political authority, appearing on temple walls, tombs, monuments, and sacred objects. For everyday writing, Egyptians relied on simplified cursive forms known as hieratic and later demotic. Writing was believed to be a divine gift associated with the god Thoth, and literacy was largely limited to trained scribes. Hieroglyphs recorded royal decrees, religious rituals, medical knowledge, and historical events. The system remained undeciphered until the 19th century, when the discovery of the Rosetta Stone finally unlocked the meaning of ancient Egyptian texts. Chinese characters. Chinese characters originated more than 3,000 years ago during the Shang dynasty, with the earliest known examples found on oracle bones used for divination rituals. The system is primarily logographic, meaning each character represents a word or meaningful unit, though many characters also contain phonetic components that hint at pronunciation. Over time, Chinese writing evolved through several major styles, including seal script, clerical script, and regular script. Despite these changes, the system retained enough visual continuity that modern readers can still recognize ancient texts. Chinese characters became one of the most influential writing systems in human history, spreading beyond China to shape Japanese kanji, Korean hanja, and Vietnamese chu nuom. They have been used to record philosophy, history, poetry, science, and state administration. Even with its complexity, the system has provided cultural unity across diverse spoken languages and dialects for centuries. Phoenician. The Phoenician writing system emerged around 1500 BCE among the Phoenician city-states of the eastern Mediterranean, and went on to become one of the most influential scripts ever created. It was an abjad, meaning it primarily recorded consonant sounds while leaving vowels to be inferred by the reader. This simplicity made Phoenician far easier to learn and adapt than earlier, more complex writing systems. As Phoenician traders traveled widely across the Mediterranean, they spread the script through commerce and colonization. The Phoenician alphabet directly influenced several major writing systems, including Greek, Hebrew, and Aramaic, and eventually gave rise to Latin and Arabic. By shifting the focus from meaning-based symbols to sound-based representation, Phoenician transformed how writing worked. Its reduced number of symbols made literacy more accessible and laid the foundation for most modern alphabets. Greek. The Greek writing system developed around the 8th century BCE and marked a major turning point in the history of writing. Adapted from the Phoenician script, Greek introduced dedicated symbols for vowel sounds, creating the first true alphabet in which both consonants and vowels were written explicitly. This innovation greatly improved clarity and allowed written language to more closely reflect spoken speech. Greek was used to record epic poetry such as the Iliad and the Odyssey, as well as works of philosophy, mathematics, science, and political theory. It became the dominant written language of the classical Greek world and later of the Hellenistic empires that followed the conquests of Alexander the Great. Greek also served as the basis for later alphabets, most notably Latin and Cyrillic. Through Greek writing, many foundational ideas of Western civilization were preserved and passed down through history. Latin. The Latin writing system originated in ancient Italy around the 7th century BCE and was derived from an early Greek alphabet through the Etruscans. It spread widely through the expansion of the Roman Republic and later the Roman Empire, reaching across Europe, North Africa, and parts of the Middle East. The Latin script proved highly adaptable, evolving over time to represent many different languages by adding new letters and diacritical marks. After the fall of Rome, it remained the primary script of scholarship, religion, and governance in medieval Europe. Today, the Latin alphabet is the most widely used writing system in the world, serving hundreds of languages across every continent. It dominates science, technology, international communication, and global media. Its longevity reflects its simplicity, flexibility, and profound historical influence on global literacy. Arabic. The Arabic writing system developed in the early centuries CE, evolving from the Nabatean form of the Aramaic script in the Arabian Peninsula. It is an abjad, meaning it mainly represents consonants, with vowel sounds indicated optionally through diacritical marks. Arabic gained immense significance with the rise of Islam in the 7th century, as it became the language of the Quran and religious scholarship. The script spread rapidly across the Middle East, North Africa, and parts of Europe and Asia through trade, conquest, and cultural exchange. Arabic is written from right to left and is highly cursive, with letter shapes changing depending on their position within a word. Beyond religion, Arabic was used to preserve major advances in mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and philosophy during the Islamic Golden Age, leaving a lasting impact on global intellectual history. Devanagari. The Devanagari writing system developed from the ancient Brahmi script and became prominent in South Asia around the 1st millennium CE. It is an abhagida, meaning each consonant carries an inherent vowel sound that can be modified or removed using additional marks. Devanagari is most closely associated with Sanskrit, but it is also used to write several modern languages, including Hindi, Marathi, and Nepali. One of its most distinctive features is the horizontal headline that runs across the tops of letters, visually linking characters within a word. Devanagari has been used for centuries to record religious texts, epic poetry, philosophy, mathematics, and legal works. Its systematic structure makes pronunciation highly consistent, helping preserve sacred texts with remarkable accuracy. Today, it remains one of the most widely used writing systems in the world. Hangul. Hangul is the writing system of the Korean language and was deliberately created in the 15th century under the reign of King Sejong the Great. Unlike most writing systems that evolved gradually over time, Hangul was scientifically designed to be easy to learn and logically organized. It is a featural alphabet, meaning the shapes of its letters reflect how sounds are produced in the mouth and throat. Consonants represent articulatory features such as tongue placement, while vowels are based on philosophical concepts of heaven, earth, and humanity. Letters are grouped into square blocks representing syllables, giving Hangul its distinctive visual appearance. Originally intended to improve literacy among the common people, Hangul eventually replaced the use of Chinese characters in Korea. Today, it is widely praised by linguists as one of the most efficient and rational writing systems ever created. Cyrillic. The Cyrillic writing system was developed in the 9th century CE in Eastern Europe as part of efforts to spread Christianity among Slavic peoples. It was based largely on the Greek alphabet, with additional letters created to represent Slavic sounds not found in Greek. The script is traditionally associated with the missionary work of Saints Cyril and Methodius and their followers, although its final form was shaped by later scholars. Cyrillic became the foundation for writing Old Church Slavonic, and later evolved to serve many languages, including Russian, Bulgarian, Serbian, Ukrainian, and others. While regional variations developed over time, the core structure remained stable. Today, Cyrillic is used by hundreds of millions of people across Eastern Europe and Northern Asia, and has played a central role in literature, religion, science, and national identity throughout the Slavic world. Alright, thanks for watching. Which writing system is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. See you next time.